Hey guys, Rick here from the Onside Kick, here to give you a different flavor than what we're used to doing on the Onside Kick. Usually I'm here to give you my best thoughts and insights on sports stories that happen throughout the week. But I want to say it was either last week or either sooner than that Mark Weber here, the Onside Kick, put up a video, a game review that a game me and him both love, and that game was The Last of Us. Kind of starting a new thing that the Onside Kick we're going to do is if we play a game, we're going to tell you what we think about it so that you can get our opinions on the game. And one of the games I played this week, this is a weird review because usually when I go to review a game, I usually beat it first. But I couldn't beat this game, wanted to get a review up, was like, you know what? I'm not going to put any spoilers in there. So I basically got the gist of the game. The game is Deadpool. And basically, the only thing story-wise that I'm going to get into is that it's a game about Deadpool, and he hijacks High Moon Studios to make a game about himself. And it's about him and this game, and then you've got Mr. Sinister and some clones, and Deadpool has to be the hero. He teams up with Cable, teams up with the X-Men, or as Deadpool refers to them, the X-Pals. But I mean, playing the game, this is why I wasn't able to finish it. Here, I'll give you guys a little bit of a background. Usually, I'm the type of guy, if I'm playing a game like Deadpool, I did it for when I played The Last of Us. I do it for when I play the Call of Duty storylines. I pick the hardest difficulty. And I just go, you know what? I'm going to play as far as I can on the hardest difficulty and then back down if I have to. Luckily, I didn't have to do that with The Last of Us. This game, though, the difficulties are named weird, but they're basically easy, medium, and hard. I picked hard. And I was very frustrated while playing this game because it's just your typical hack and slash. I mean, Deadpool has samurai swords, sais. There's one part where you can buy big hammers and smash people. There's a third-person shooting feature where you either have a pistol, machine guns, shotguns, or plasma rays. And I mean, basically in this combat on hard, there were just situations where it's just I just kept dying. I kept dying. I kept dying. I kept dying. As a player, I was getting frustrated to the point where there were times where I felt like I was just going to snap my controller in half. There were also times where I just clenched the controller because I knew that my right arm was getting ready to fastball it right into the wall. That's the kind of that's what I was feeling, and it's because I picked the hardest difficulty. This is what I'm going to say before I get into what I liked and what I didn't like about the game. If you're going to play Deadpool, pick one of the either easy or medium. Don't pick the last one unless you're a trophy guy. If you're a trophy guy or girl out there, do 2 playthroughs on this one. Play it on medium or easy first, and then on the second playthrough, try to test your skills and play it on hard. That was my mistake, and that is why I virtually got so angry at this game, was because I had to focus so much on the enemies hit harder, the enemies don't die as quick. So it's like I'd be looking at like, okay, well, this fighting sequence, how did other people do it? And I'd look online and it'd be like, oh, well, they're killing it so fast. What's going on? And it's because I picked the hardest difficulty. I know that. I just wanted to get that little disclaimer out there so it doesn't seem like I didn't like the game, because I actually did. One of the best things I loved about the game, if you're familiar with Deadpool, he's a very funny character. He's a very funny guy. I mean, some of the jokes were hit and miss, but some of them really, really did make me laugh out loud. It's just the little banter with him, with his 2 personalities talking to him, his interplay with Wolverine, with Rogue. There's even a part, and I mean, you can kind of maybe say this is a spoiler, but not really. There is a part where you actually get to do play as Rogue a little bit. Rogue is Deathpool. Not going to get into that. That's a spoiler. Check out the game for more. But I mean, I liked that. I liked that the game was funny. I liked the jokes that they made. There's so much that you can do. Like even in the first level, you're in Deadpool's apartment, and you can just interact with so many different things within the apartment. Like there's a blow up doll that you get to blow up. There's He makes a joke at his healing regeneration with not being able to get drunk. There's so much to do. Also, it's crude. So I mean, if you don't like crude comedy, I don't know why you'd play a Deadpool game, but that's one of the things I liked. I also liked the different options with weapons. You didn't have to just use the samurai swords. My weapon of choice was the size that you get. I didn't really like the hammers. I liked the size. And then the guns, basically the shotguns, okay. My favorite obviously is the plasma rifle because it hits the hardest and it's the most accurate out of all the guns. And then you get to buy these guns with, they call them DP points or Deadpool points. And then you buy upgrades for these guns. So you can upgrade your character as the game goes on. It's a funny game. Some of the things I did not like, though, in some of the combat sequences, the camera is real hard to kind of navigate. And then with the controls, I play on PS3. So my circle button. Circle is your counter button, but it's also what you use to teleport, which is your main dodge in this game. With those both being the same button, I mean, there were times where I just wanted to teleport, get out of the battle, come back in as a kind of strategy, but I couldn't because I'd hit circle and he'd counter an attack, and then I would get frustrated, and it just went into a huge cycle. Also, I mean, another thing I didn't like was just the overall, like, the gameplay wasn't nothing that it didn't shock me. It wasn't like The Last of Us where I was like, oh, this is the best game ever. No. This is a game where it's like, is it a fun game to play? Yes. Is it a revolutionary game? No. Personally, because I like Deadpool, I like that comedy. I've read the comics. If I'm going on a 5-star rating, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Maybe even a 3.5 out of 5. But that's because I like the story. I liked the comedy. I liked the little banter that he would have back and forth between his personalities. But I didn't like. I mean, the gameplay. The gameplay was nice. It's an easy gameplay. It's a button masher. I'll say it. It's a straight up button masher. But overall, it's a fun game. And I mean, Activision even knows that it's not a revolutionary game, as they even knocked off $10 off the price. So I mean, it's not $60. It's $50. And for the PC, I want to say it's even $40. But I mean, it's a decent game. If you like Deadpool, if you're a Marvel guy, it's a good buy. It's a fun game. I just forewarn you, don't play it on the hardest difficulty first, because you will get upset. You will want to rage and just throw your controller against the wall. I will say that. So play it on either easy or medium first, then come back to hard if you want to play it twice through. But that's my thoughts on Deadpool, the video game. If you are watching this and have already played the game, tell me what you think of the game. I always like to hear what other people think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Tell me what you think down below. Also, check out Mark's review of The Last of Us. I will warn you, though, there are spoilers in that game, or in that video. So if you haven't played the game, play the game before you watch the video. I'm going to put it right here for you guys to check it out. Don't forget to subscribe, like our videos, comment, and as always, have a great day, everybody.